It's Memorial Day weekend, a time to remember those who sacrificed everything for our nation. The United States is on course to remain the world's beacon of freedom, democracy, and prosperity for generations to come, thanks to those who gave their lives in the nation's armed forces. Their sacrifice was not in vain, for America now stands poised to remain good and mighty in the decades ahead. The growth potential of any economy is the sum of the growth of its labor force plus its productivity growth. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, U.S. labor is expected to become about 1.8% more productive annually in the years ahead. And the U.S. labor force is growing 0.5% annually through 2031 and accelerating after that. As a result, the standard of living in the U.S. will rise purely based on these two fundamental trends. The baby boom generation, at its peak, was 117 million strong, but its children's generation, the Echo Boomers, are 149 million in number. The Echo Boom generation is still expanding, and its leading edge only recently began entering the labor force. With each passing year for the next 15 years, a great number of Echo Boomers will be applying for jobs, getting married, buying homes, and going out to restaurants with their children. All the while, they will become more productive with every passing year. Compared to most developed economies, Europe, Japan, and even China, the U.S. is in an enviable position. Growth in the working population drives gross domestic product, GDP growth. The U.S. has this large echo boom population coming, and they don't. This is one reason why the U.S. will likely continue to be a magnet, attracting foreign investment capital. The echo boomers embed continued recovery and growth in demand for new housing and autos in the U.S. economy. Warren Buffett, perhaps the world's most successful investor ever, recently noted the demographic trend in his 2015 annual letter to shareholders. Buffett predicted that in a single generation of 25 years, the U.S. real GDP per capita will soar by 34%, a staggering sum. While we often hear that the next generation of Americans will have a lower standard of living, demographic trends underpinning the U.S. economy guarantee growth. Age trends in the U.S. population gives the U.S. a competitive advantage over other developed nations. Our people, quite literally, are what makes us great. On this Memorial Day, America remains prosperous and mighty, with our nation's future bright. We remember the sacrifice made by so many we can never repay.